Hey guys, second mention with the video for you guys. In today's video, we're going to be reviewing the iPhone XR or the XR after using it for 1 year, buying it off Amazon renewed. If you guys haven't seen our other video when we bought this phone from Amazon, a renewed program about a year ago, make sure you guys check that video. This is a year review just so that you guys can see what the condition of the iPhone XR has been after using it for a year. As you can see, it's been quite used over here. We had a case on it, but it does have a little bit marking. This wasn't there when we bought it, but overall, as you can see here, when you do buy Amazon renewed, it's not going to be a perfect condition phone. There's going to be blemishes like the ones here, even on the side a little bit. But it's a really good phone when you get it, and it's not that it's a new phone. It is a discounted phones, and that's why if you guys are looking to buy a discounted phone, make sure you guys check out the links in the description section. Also, if you guys are new to our channel, we do a lot of tech news, reviews, and giveaways, so make sure that the like and subscribe button. So how has the phone hold up after a year from buying it Amazon renewed? Well, the first thing is the actual software itself. So we were able to update it to iOS 14 here, because the iPhone XR does support iOS 14, and it's going to support iOS 15, which is going to be coming out really soon. And the thing about the iPhone XR, it's sort of like the iPhone is a mix between the iPhone 10 and the XS, which are the $1,000 premium phone. But the XR here has a really nice screen size, and it's one of the bigger ones. It doesn't have the OLED display. It does have the LCD display, but the LCD display here I think is a really good for it because it doesn't get screen burn, and something that's possible with the OLED is an issue that you might encounter. So overall, the screen has held up really well. As you can see here, there's a little bit of mark here. We put a screen protector here to protect it, which I always recommend if you guys ever buy a phone, especially with the iPhone glasses. Make sure you guys put a screen protector on it and a case for it. But with iOS 14 here, as you can see here, it works fine. The screen hasn't had any issues. With the renewal program, like with any other program, you get about 90 days. So if you have any issues with the phone within 90 days, you can return it, get your money back without any issue. So software wise, it's hold up really well. Now let's talk about the battery life of the phone. So the battery life has been good as well. If we look in the battery health here, which if we go over here, battery health, and then you'll see it's at 98%. Again, this phone, the reason why we were able to keep it at 98% is going to be a couple of reasons why we were able to do that. First reason is that this phone was used on a more or less frequent basis than some of the other phones that we tested out. We did some test videos, recording, and just basic calling functionality over time. And there's another reason why it's at 98% is that we shared with you guys couple of tips on how to maintain your battery health at a consistent rate where it doesn't drop really fast, and it goes on around just basically a couple of tips. We'll leave a video for you guys in the comment section or in the description section where you can find that video explaining to you guys why the battery percentage drop and how you can maintain a good charging schedule to keep that battery percent held at optimal. So battery wise, it held up well. The battery itself is a really good battery here on the iPhone XR. Generally, it ships with a good battery, so you're not going to have any issues with the battery itself. In terms of using this device for watching movies, we have done that, and it held up really well as well. Watching sports, live events, things like that, you're going to notice the phone does a good job here because of this massive screen that it does have, which again, it's a bigger display, all body. You don't have the fingerprint and any of things like that. So if you were to say getting a renewed device off Amazon a year later, is it worth it? We personally think it is worth it because the phone holds up well. The one thing when you buy renewed devices, like with any other device, you're probably the main concern that you'll probably have here is the phone dying or not working, or screen becoming not functional. And sometimes what they do on renewed devices is that they might replace the screen if the screen was broken or crap. But with this screen, most of the time it's not the case, but there are rare cases that the phone might have that issue. In that case, you can, if you're within the 90 days, you can return it and get your money back here, because Amazon is generally good with that kind of stuff. In terms of gaming on this device, the iPhone XR is generally a good device when it comes to gaming because it does have a pretty good chip on it, and the performance is pretty optimal. It's not like iPhone 12 or one of the newer phones like that, the 13, which is going to come out, but still holds up really well because this phone is going to be probably supported in another good 2 to 3 years. You're going to probably see this phone around for some time before it becomes obsolete, and that's why you're able to get this phone right now at a discounted price using the links in the description section. You could probably score this phone right now around $300 or so, depending on where you look at it. You can get it off eBay, get it off Amazon. Again, buying renewed phones or pre-owned devices from Amazon is generally not a bad idea if you think about it, because you're saving a lot of money and you're getting a good device overall. So overall, is the phone worth it? We think so, from a renewed device program, and that's why we make sure that you guys check out the other video, just so that you guys can also have an idea of what you're going to be expecting to get out of this device, as all of that and much more is working for this device even in a year later. Remember, the phone was almost 3 years now since it's been released, but even then the phone does hold up really well and does a good job. And one of our unique devices that we reviewed, the only thing about this phone probably that could Apple have done better with it was the camera itself. It just only has a single camera, and with the single camera you can still take some phenomenal HDR photos for your photography. You can even also take videos in 4K up to 60 frames per second, although it just has one single 12 megapixel lens, which is a huge lens. Most of the time single 12 megapixel lens doesn't support the phone being able to take portrait mode, which this phone can actually take portrait mode, but it's only limited to a couple of options. You have the natural light, studio light, and contour light. Those are the only ones. There's a lot more on the Pro models or the Plus models that are included, but nonetheless, the phone, we have done videos and such in the past, and so far it has worked for us really well. As you can see, we're able to take some really good videos on it, to be able to record even on YouTube for some of the YouTube videos and much more here. So hopefully this review was helpful for you guys, whether you guys are considering buying a renewed device or a used device from either eBay or Amazon. Just know that the phones so far that we have reviewed held up really well, even after 6 months, even after a year. We're going to probably do a review of this phone in a year and a half from now, or even 2 years, just to see how well the phone is going and if we had any issues with the phone. But so far, no issues that we have with this phone. So thanks for watching, guys, and if you guys have used a renewed device in the past, make sure you guys leave a comment in the comment section with your experience and much more. See you guys next time.